Once upon a time, in the heart of a serene forest, lived a beautiful young woman named Shakuntala. She was no ordinary girl. Born to the great sage Vishwamitra and the celestial nymph Manaka, Shakuntala was raised in the ashram of sage Kanva, where she grew up surrounded by nature, peace, and wisdom. Little did she know, her life was about to take a dramatic turn. One day, King Dushyanta, the ruler of a vast kingdom, went hunting in the forest. His eyes caught sight of Shakuntala, who was collecting flowers by a stream. She looked ethereal, like a goddess descended from the heavens. Instantly captivated by her beauty, Dushyanta approached her. The two spoke, and it wasn't long before they were deeply drawn to each other. Their connection felt like fate. After spending time together, the king confessed his love. Shakuntala, innocent yet equally enchanted by the noble king, felt the same way. Under the shade of the tall trees, away from the prying eyes of the world, they married following the ancient Gandharva tradition, where love alone was the sacred bond. Before leaving, Dushyanta promised to return after settling matters in his kingdom. He gave her a precious ring, saying, "This will remind you of our love. I will return soon." As days turned into weeks, Shakuntala awaited Dushyanta's return. One fateful day, lost in thoughts of her beloved, she unknowingly ignored a visiting sage. That sage was none other than the short-tempered Durvasa. Infuriated by what he perceived as disrespect, Durvasa cursed her, "The one you are thinking about will forget you, just as you have forgotten me." Realizing her mistake, Shakuntala begged for forgiveness. The sage softened his curse but did not fully remove it. He said, "The king will only remember you when he sees the token of your love." Time passed, and Shakuntala, now carrying Dushyanta's child, finally decided to go to the palace. But on her journey, as fate would have it, she accidentally dropped the ring into a river without realizing it. When Shakuntala reached Dushyanta's court, her heart was heavy with hope and love. But to her shock and despair, the king did not recognize her. The curse had taken its toll. Despite her pleas and the story of their love, Dushyanta, under the spell of forgetfulness, denied ever knowing her. Broken and humiliated, Shakuntala left the palace, disappearing into the forest, where she gave birth to a son named Bharata. Back in the palace, time went on until one day, a fisherman discovered a ring inside the belly of a fish. This was no ordinary ring, it was the very ring Dushyanta had given to Shakuntala. The fisherman brought it to the palace, where the moment Dushyanta saw it, memories of Shakuntala flooded back. Horrified by what he had done, Dushyanta realized his grave mistake. Without wasting a moment, he rushed to the forest to find Shakuntala. There, he found her, living with their son Bharata, a strong and fearless child, destined to become a great king. With tears in his eyes, Dushyanta begged for Shakuntala's forgiveness. Moved by his genuine remorse and remembering the love they once shared, Shakuntala forgave him. They were finally reunited, and together, they returned to the palace with their son Bharata. In time, Bharata grew to become one of the greatest kings in Indian history, after whom India was named Bharat. Thus, the love of Shakuntala and Dushyanta triumphed over curses and forgetfulness, becoming an eternal tale of love, longing, and reunion.